Alrighty, so this time we're going to be adding another 3-digit number, but this time the tens are going to be regrouping. So we're going to have to transform those tens because we're going to end up with too many and make another 100. So our problem this time is 383 plus 475. So I'm going to use my red pen to represent our number 383 because it is written in red. So again, a square represents 100. So I have 100. 200, and 300. Then I'm going to draw my 8 10 sticks. So we have 8 groups of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And our 3 little ones, and I'm going to use a circle. 1, 2, and 3. Again, I encourage you to use a circle over a dot because a dot can easily be mistaken for a mark on your paper. So we're going to double check now to make sure we represented our number correctly. So we have 100, 200, 300, 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 360, 370, 380, 381, 382, and 383. Now we're going to represent this green number, 475. And because we're adding, we're just going to draw the picture right below it. So I'm going to grab my green pen here, and I'm going to draw, just like we did this 383, I'm going to draw 475. So I have 100, 200, 300, and 400. Then I'm going to draw my 7 10 sticks to represent our 7 groups of 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's good in practice to keep some space between these so you're not overlapping them. So it does make it easier to count later. So I'm going to add my ones over here with my other ones, and I'm going to draw 5 of them because I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to, again, it's good practice to double check your pictures to make sure they represent the number. So we have 100, 200, 300, and 400, 410, 420, 430, 440, 450, 460, 470, 471, 472, 473, 474, and 475. So we've now represented both our numbers in our equation up here, and now it's time to find the sum. So in order to find the sum, we're going to start by our ones, and we're going to make sure there's no numbers over there that we can group together and regroup and make a 10. We're going to do the same with our tens. Make sure if there's more than 10 tens, so more than 10 10 sticks, we can group them all together and regroup them and turn them into 100 by transforming them. And then we're going to do the same with our hundreds. So I'm going to use a black marker here to count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 ones. So 8 ones are totally fine. We can leave them as ones. Now let's try our tens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a quicker way to look at that is we can just say, oh yeah, we drew 8 groups of 10. So we have 8 up here, and then we have 9, 10. So that means that we're able to make a transform it and make 100. So we're going to use our black pen, and we're going to actually transform these 10 tens into 100. So I'm going to draw a circle around them, just so it's very visual for me that I know that this has 10 10 sticks in it, and I'm going to be able to turn them into 100. In order to represent that I'm turning them into 100, I like to do a little squiggly line, and that tells me, hey, you're transforming this, and you're going to make it another 100. So just add your other 100 over here. So this has now been turned into these 10 10 sticks have now been regrouped and turned into 100. So we're going to continue counting to make sure there's not any other numbers we can regroup. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we have 5 tens here. We can leave those. Now let's count our hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 800. So we don't have 10 hundreds here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 hundreds. So we're going to just leave those be because we do not need to regroup them. Now we can start with those hundreds again, and we know we have 8 of them, and that's 800. We just counted that. So we're going to make our equation now in expanded form. So I'm going to write now, we have our 800s plus, we're going to count these 10 sticks here that we haven't transformed. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we're going to add our 50. So we have 800 plus 50 to represent those 10 sticks left over. And now we're going to count those ones one more time just to make sure we have the right amount of ones written down for our equation. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now we're going to write our number 8. So we have our expanded form here. It's broken up into our place value. So we have our hundreds together, our tens together, and our ones together. This makes it easier to combine them all and add them together. So by looking at this, some students might just see, okay, oh, I have 800 plus 50 plus 8. That's 858. And that's great. Some students might need to count these numbers again. So we're going to count them again just in case. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 810, 820, 830, 840, 850, 851, 852, 853, 854, 855, 856, 857, and 858. So we know that 800 plus 50 plus 8 equals 858. So we're going to write and finish our equation here and write our sum, 858. It's good practice to always circle your answer. I'm going to write it up here again. Our sum for 383 plus 475 is indeed 858. And there you have it. That is one of our strategies we use to solve adding 3-digit numbers. The strategy is our picture strategy. It's broken up into place value using our hundreds, our tens, and our ones.